So Gav, somebody's decided they want to buy a boiling water tap. Fairly straightforward to install, but there are some little bits that need to be checked, or you need to be aware of before buying one and installing one, just to make sure that it all goes in okay. So we'll run through those today. The first one we're going to start with is water pressure.
Yep, so as far as we're concerned, water pressure is the most important sort of pre-installation check.
Yeah.
With this system, there's a minimum water pressure requirement of 1.5 bar and a maximum water pressure of 5 bar.
Okay, and that means hot and cold that you need to be looking out for with the water pressure.
It is, yeah.
Right, okay, so if you take us through the hot side of things first of all.
Yeah, so with the hot side of things, if installed in your house you've got a mega flow boiler or a combination boiler, you will fall in within the acceptable limits for this system.
So they're sort of more modern type boilers. If you had one in recently, they're most likely to be one of those.
They are, yeah, I'd say within the last 10 to 15 years, and they typically produce a hot water pressure of around about 3 bar.
Ah, okay, so you're right, well within the parameters that we're looking for.
You are, yeah.
Okay, and what about what's the other option of hot water system that you might have?
Yeah, so if you've got basically a gravity-fed hot water system, it will typically give you a water pressure of anything from a half a bar to sort of 0.8 of a bar. So when it comes into terms of this product, basically you'd get a very slow water flow going through it. But again, if you have got a gravity-fed hot water system, it's not to worry. There's basically some simple things that you can do to overcome that. And one of that is installing a pressure booster pump.
Right, okay, so you can get a little pump that just sits underneath the sink and just boosts up that hot water to the tap, so that you just get an adequate flow of hot water coming through the tap.
Exactly that, yeah.
So we're not talking about the boiling, we're just talking about the mains hot, and that little pump will just boost it up if you've got a gravity fed system.
It will, yeah.
Okay, and what about the cold side of things?
Yeah, so with the cold side of things, in most environments in the UK, you will always be within the minimum water pressure limits.
Right.
But where you might encounter some problems is the higher end of the water pressure.
Ah, okay.
So we've experienced that some places in the UK they can have up to 10 bar water pressure.
Right, okay.
Extremely high.
Yeah.
But again, if you have got high water pressure, it's not a problem. It's just a case of simply installing a pressure reducing valve.
Okay, and that's something we can supply?
It is, yeah, they're readily available on our website.
And pretty inexpensive?
They are, yeah, they're fairly cheap.
Okay. So if you're just a normal person, you're pretty much not going to have any idea of your water pressure. So what do you do if you've just heard all of that and you're thinking, well, how on earth am I going to find any of that out? How can you measure your pressure?
Yeah, so simply, if you go to if you haven't already got a pressure gauge at home, if you go to places like Screwfix, B&Q's, Tool Station, pressure gauges are readily available. And they basically come in the form of this, really.
Right, okay.
So what they do come with, some of them, you can connect them up to your outside tap if you want to check your mains cold pressure.
Yeah.
But again, what they do as well, they have two little adapters on the end.
Right.
So if you want, the black adapter that's in there at the moment is for a 3/4 thread, which can connect up to your outside tap.
Or a washing machine, one underneath
the
sink.
Washing machine.
Yeah.
And then again, what you typically find on your hot water system, on your mains hot feed, when you isolate the water and you disconnect your existing tap hose, from which you would measure your hot water pressure, this gauge will screw straight on.
Okay, and what about if all of that scares the wits out of me and I'm thinking that I can't possibly do that? A plumber presumably can check all this out for you?
Yeah, a plumber or any sort of handyman, they'll just come there and just check it for you, and it's a job that's done within a few minutes.
Perfect.